What's up, everybody? It's Sally Spectre here, and we're back with another Helldivers 2 update. It's been a couple days, and I've had a good chance to look at these two new trailers, and I'm very hyped, very hyped. We have the Bile and Automaton trailers that just dropped, along with the release date and some new news and some little details. So let's dive right into it and pick out all the things that are new here. So let's go. So first of all, the music is awesome, but you can see over here that there is a Helldiver getting absolutely dismembered here, which is good to see. A little visceral action.
Hi, I'm Johan Pilestad, CEO and Creative Director at Arrowhead Game Studios, and today...
So first I want to point out that here we are back at the ship, just like the last one, which is awesome. There's even a day log counting the days that the war has been active. I want to point out that there's a square button for acquisitions, which is cool. It means you could, I'm assuming this means you could upgrade your Helldiver from wherever you are on the ship. I also want to point out that now this shows the war influence along with the level. See, it says rank 20, and then it shows rank 20, so that must be his player level, but also his current war influence for the war. That's a nice little update, I think. So here's the Galactic War Table, which is how you pick the missions up.
I'm pleased to share an extended look at Helldivers 2.
As we zoomed in here, let's back it up a little bit. So it shows, I heard people say that there might be a fourth faction because the way they think this goes down here, but if you look, you follow this section, it looks like it's the third. So it does look like we're still stuck with just the bugs, the cyborgs, and I'm assuming the Illuminant. The Illuminant have not been shown at all. We do still have the classic Helldivers active, enemies killed, Helldivers KIA, and bullets fired. And this is always a really good throwback to the death count in Starship Troopers. Love it.
Extended look at Helldivers 2. We're starting on the ship's...
So it looks like we have the same old way of picking the randomly generated planets, but I want to point out here that it actually shows you a percentage to how close you are to actually liberating this sector, which is nice because it used to just be a bar, and you couldn't always tell how far that bar was going. So this is pretty cool.
Bridge, preparing to select our mission from the Galactic War Map.
We'll back it up just one second again. So here we got a good look at the before the mission starts kind of screen here. We got some operation status, which we don't know what these icons really mean yet. I'm assuming those are the objectives. We have the 5, 10, and 15 for mission completed bonuses. I'm assuming that's going to be like the least amount of deaths, all missions completed, etc. One thing I'm interested to see is modifiers here. So perhaps on harder difficulties, there'll be modifiers like, I'm assuming like night mode or something of those effects to change it even further. We have a little bit of the levels here. So hard is 5, extreme and challenging. So we'll have to see that. Hopefully keep an eye out for any more updates on that.
The war map. Once cleared from the Galactic War Map. Once cleared.
So it says mission 40 minutes. So it looks like there's going to be a time limit on some missions unless this is specifically tied to this particular mission. I hope that isn't the case because that would be kind of annoying. I don't want a time crunch going at all times, but I mean, I trust them. I trust Arrowhead. So again, you get a little briefing. This just seems to be like a generic briefing based off the mission parameters.
For mission engagement, it's time to go into your help pod and...
I love that they lock in now. That's a little bit of extra lore. I didn't realize they actually even cared for the safety. They used to dive into the pods, so this is kind of cool. A little upgrade.
Prepare for planetfall. Today we join a squad on one of the many planets in the galaxy.
It's minor. This could be a total stretch. This could be just a dynamic cutscene in the back, but your squad of 4 is dropping, and it looks like there's other squads that are dropping in. Now, that could obviously just be a cutscene just for flair, but it would be interesting if that was people also dropping in the way Helldivers 1 had your ships being static around with nameplates on them of other players.
Set on an important mission to eliminate a deadly Bile Titan.
First thing off I want to point out, it shows the objectives here. The Bile Titan, which is entirely a new objective. We also have stratagems. It says 19. Now, I'll have to find the source, but confirmed by Reddit, by a developer, this does not mean there's 19 lives. In fact, this means that there is 19 reinforcements to be called down without a cooldown. Now, I don't know what the cooldown is after that, but I was very worried when I saw that you would only have 19 lives. I thought that could, one guy on the team could really just bring everything down. But it seems pretty good. Other things to notice here, looks like this is it reminds me of the auto injector, the self-revive quicker item from Helldivers 1. Not sure. We also have a pack here of some sort. And looks like almost flash grenades, and those are the magazines as well.
Okay.
Love how epic they come out from the ground like that.
We need to find the Terminate Bile Titan.
I think it's this way.
Now, this is interesting. First, I want to point out that there is a compass, and it does show little colors that coordinate with the players here. So I was kind of under the impression that it would be easy to lose your people with the third-person perspective and everything going crazy, but it looks like they do some to coordinate that. Now, also want to point out over here, so we have the reticle, but we also have this circle here. Watch this as it goes.
There's some enemies here.
Okay, I'm covering you on the right.
It bounces per each shot, so it looks like you're aiming here, but it doesn't look like your gun is always going to be very accurate. Depending, I'm sure that has to do with upgrades and stuff, but it also seems to, like I would imagine, lend itself to you being able to get team kills by accident on yourself, because all my friends were worried about how accidentals might not even be a thing anymore. But as you see in this trailer, it very well is, and I think that is something that's going to come into play.
This way. There's some enemies here.
Okay, I'm covering you on the right.
So we get a confirmation later. This is the guard dog, which was one of the backpack deployables. We see that it actually sees like this little lift off animation, which is really cool. Now, sometimes these numbers here kind of really change throughout the thing goes on. So it might be just due to, editing or whatever, but try not to look into it too much there, but we'll see. There's also this other icon, which at first I assumed was the ammunition of the guard dog, but I'm not positive.
We're covering your rear.
We did have... Go back. We did have an icon right here, which I'm not entirely sure what this means. It looks like they just got a kill on this bug over here, but I don't know what this ×8 means. We also see bug breach detected, so that's I imagine that's going to be like the alert system.
We're covering your rear.
Here we get a good view of the supply pack on this guy, which you can see right here.
Oh, there's loads of them. I'm switching to flamethrower. Oh god, there!
As you can see, this is a very, very terrifying sized monster there. The Bile Titan. Really nice sense of scale in this game.
Oh, it's the Bile Titan! Oh, I died.
Reinforcing. Oof, I have to run.
So minor, but this actually proves that you can actually aim in one direction. You could have the camera in one direction and run the other way. Minor, but I am trying to notice literally everything as possible here. And here we have that it seems as if you can control slightly where the drop is. Kind of like the game Section 8, if anyone's actually ever even played that. What I'm wondering is, can you land on these targets. Perhaps not, because it seems to be like almost like a world boss, but I'd be curious to see.
Alright, I'm back. Can you guys take him out with the recoilless?
Yeah, I'll try to take him down from the side.
So here you can see that the recoilless rifle really hits the impact and just shatters through the armor. A lot of great particle effects here, really blowing the chunks away. It's really awesome.
Reload my recoilless.
On it.
That's the co-op action. That was a melee. I don't know if the melee didn't hit or just didn't do anything, but it makes sense that the melee doesn't do much. One thing I want to note also that they are talking, and there is a mute sign here. And here and here and here. So that might be why some of the numbers don't match up. It definitely was voice line recorded over, but just a little thing we noticed here.
Oh, there's a charger here.
I'm gonna take out the Brood Commander.
He's charging me.
There was a little icon that came up.
Brood Commander.
There we go. So it looks like that is a deflection if you're hitting an armor, not flush, and it seems to deflect off. Very interesting that they actually show that on screen. Here's also a cooldown of a strafing run.
He's charging me.
We take out the charger with the recoilless.
Alright.
Reload me.
Nice.
Can you really see the chunks just blow up from that guy?
Nice. I'm gonna thin out the crowd a little bit.
There are a lot of them coming. My guard dog is taking care of the little ones. Oh!
I'm throwing out the strafing run.
Here we go. We get a little better look at the cooldowns, the stratagems, and for the most part, as far as I could tell offhand, I don't have it on me, but it is almost exactly the same. That is definitely the resupply. I'm sure it's up, down, right, left, up for the reinforce. It seems very, very similar, which I love that it's keeping it true to form in the same stratagems in the same world.
Throwing out the strafing runs, try to take out the small guys.
Oh no, you're killed.
So again, she got killed, and we could see that the arm, some body part here, and the rest of the body gets split up into little chunks. I love it.
Me.
Oh. I'm sorry. One small death for the Helldivers.
Oh, we got a better look at the reinforce. Up, down, right, left, up. Yes. What's funny is I don't even really it took me an effort to consciously remember that, because my hands just do that automatically. I don't actually even know that code offhand. I just do it.
For the Helldivers. Reinforcing.
Okay, should we do something? Should we strategize?
I'm drawing his attention.
Alright, I don't think I have an option. We need to throw in the 500 kilogram bomb. I'm throwing it out.
Oh god!
Well, this is something I want
he's
to show.
coming for me.
Getting out of the way.
So here, you can see that the impact hit this for a second, and I hope this is how they actually have it in the game, because this is badass. The bomb hits the target, takes a second, and then actually explodes. That is such a nice touch, and if that's how the game actually is, I'll even forgive the terrible news at the end of this particular video.
Okay, there we go.
Good job.
Nice.
Good job, guys.
We'll see in a second.
Well done, Helldivers. Another win for Super Earth. After each successful mission, players are rewarded for their efforts, allowing them to upgrade their ship.
So this is a very nice feature that I wasn't
weapons,
expecting, but I love it.
armor, and stratagems, giving them the edge in the many battles to come.
We got the lift confirmed.
I hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of just one of the many missions and planets the game has to offer. Now go out there and spread managed democracy.
Gotta say, there's no game I'm more hyped from this. Now, here we go. This is interesting. The cyborgs are dropping in. So here's the cyborgs. Those are a familiar unit for the first one, but here's the terrible news. They pushed the game back to February 8th, 2024. Now, that's heartbreaking. Truly, truly heartbreaking. But it's okay, because we've been eating so good in 2023. We might as well start off next year with an easy game of the year win. What do you guys say? All right, so now we're going to go to the next one, which is the Automaton trailer. Actually, before that, I just want to point out that this is awesome and it mirrors the first one. It just really seems like the sequel here is going to be a better, new and improved version of the first one, just in third person. I'm so excited, in case you couldn't tell. All right, so now we're going to look at the Helldivers 2 Automaton pre-order trailer. And this is when the pre-orders went live.
Attention, citizens. The tide of war is turning against us. As we battle against the bugs for democracy, the Automaton threat grows more menacing.
So here we get a good look. Some of the units are familiar, but these automatons used to be called cyborgs. So I'm wondering now if in the lore, if they went from being cyborgs and like, you know, dissidents of Super Earth to full inorganic machines now. I'm curious if that means that there's some lore there and that perhaps Helldivers 2 takes place after Helldivers 1. Just a little speculation, but it's fun here.
By the day.
Here we have crouching confirmed, which I would assume means that there is some kind of element of stealth once again.
We need valiant soldiers to infiltrate their planets. Take on these deadly robotic hordes. And
I like the very industrial look, and as you can see, they're like taking cover over here almost. In fixed positions, it looks like.
Spread our message of peace.
That is the Hell Bomb from the first.
And democracy.
As you can see that actually the buildings are getting destroyed, so it seems like destroying the base will be an objective in the Automaton repertoire. This is also some kind of walker. We will see a little bit of a blurry screenshot of it later, just to point it out. Listen to that patriotic music. Gotta love it.
Use
Getting the lift.
Most advanced weaponry.
There you go. There is the walker, and it just blew up over here. Also, it does seem like their bases are like nice and fortified. It is very interesting to see that this is looking so different already. Still waiting on the Illuminant though.
Fight alongside a squad worth dying for.
That was clearly mines confirmed. I haven't mentioned this before. I want to point out that there seems to be some kind of depth of field obscuring when it is in a like a snowstorm, which I really like. That's going to be very terrifying.
Democracy to the universe, once and for
all. So he dove a little bit to the left. Looks like you could dive in different directions, which again sounds like a minor observation, but it is still something new.
Join the Helldivers. Join the fight for freedom. Enlist today.
That little bit of dismemberment reminded me something. So I went back here because I actually missed something. When she was getting dismembered, you could see that there's a left, body, right. So there is clearly some form of localized damage. And I know there is dismemberment confirmed. So I wonder how that will play into here. But there is visual indicators of it. All right, back to where we were.
Join the Helldivers. Join the fight for freedom. Enlist today.
All right, so speaking of pre-order, here we have the store page open. Luckily, we got the price that is $60 for the special edition pre-order bonus of these 3 suits that are actually, you can't blow up on Steam for some reason. Base game is going to be $40, so it'll be about 4 months. We have the upgrade to the Super Citizen Edition, which is base game is $40. Super Edition is going to be $60. You get 3 armor sets, which is the Cavalier of Democracy, the Ambassador of the Brand. Yes, this is something to do with frozen yogurt. And we have the Knight. Now, if we go to the Super Earth, the Super Citizen Edition, which is, you can see, is already in my library, you get the Savior of the Free armor set, the Will of the People cape. As we know, the cape drip is the most important thing in Helldivers. We got the MP98 Knight weapon, which was I believe that was the SMG in the first one. I believe that was a silence one, if I'm not mistaken. Super Citizen status, Stratagem Hero ship game, and Steeled Veterans Premium Warbond. Now, people were concerned about this because the wording of premium will imply that there is going to be a battle pass, and I am very much against battle passes, but I am going to give this game the benefit of the doubt here. Helldiver, I'm slightly biased, but Helldivers, Arrowhead, they have been absolutely phenomenally generous with their DLC. In the past, they made great DLC, and they actually kind of seem to wait and see what people wanted. If there's going to be a battle pass, I just pray it is not going to be so egregious to our time like every other battle passes these days. But I do want to point out that I never read this before. It says the galaxy's last line of offense, which is amazing. Love it. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Helldivers 2? What do you guys think about the delay? Are you excited for that low price point? Let me know in the comments below. And join me every Sunday where I've been playing either Helldivers or a game just adjacent to it for Super Earth Sundays. Hope to catch you guys there. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.